Thank you very much for joining me for this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. Annoyances just kind of keep coming and going. Uh, as we transition from the end of this year to the coming of next year, no matter what resolutions get introduced, the rhythms of life are always going to be pretty much the same. A few years ago now, I watched a podcast with an interesting fellow named Arthur Brooks, who writes a column on happiness for the Atlantic, to which I've had a subscription for a few years. I read his column every Thursday. His day job is in the Harvard Business School. I'm not quite sure what he teaches. He may not be quite sure what he teaches, but he's on the faculty there. He noted in one of his podcasts that he recommended that his students keep a log. He asked them to write down every day one thing that annoyed them. Then, with the next entry, once the log has been going a while, he had them go back 1 month and then 6 months and see if what had annoyed them then would annoy them today, or if they might have handled the situation differently. I've been doing that now for a couple of years. It's been very useful. One of the things that I've noticed, probably in the last 6 months, is that some days I don't think of anything that annoyed me. I always write something down. I can always search the recesses of my memory and think of something pretty much every day that could have gone better. When I go back a month, most of the items have resolved themselves. Yes, there is something wrong with my car. I got the something wrong with my car fixed, and in 6 months it still hasn't come back. Those sorts of things. Some annoyances are big, like I had a fever. Most are small. My email didn't load, or I can't find what I need when I need it. That's a recurring theme. And sometimes the 1 month resolution is I found it, and sometimes the 1 month resolution is I don't need it, and sometimes the 1 month resolution is I bought another one, irrespective of whether I found the first one. So those are recurring themes. Some things have no solution. I ran out of K-cups. Well, that I could have anticipated, and it has a solution. Somebody that I know is unpleasant, or I don't want to deal with that person. That's usually the same at 1 month and 6 months, but I've adapted to it. The landscapers ruined my garden. 1 month I salvaged it. 6 months, my produce wasn't as good as it could have been if they hadn't ruined it. Some annoyances are reversible. In fact, most annoyances are reversible. a few are not. This week, the new office chair that I got from my wife fell apart. It was shoddily constructed, even though I paid to have it assembled. The assembler cut corners. I went to fix it. Fixing it was not trivial, but eventually I fixed it. Now, once I did this, because the same thing happened to my chair, I know a month from now and 6 months from now there will still be a chair there unless it gets punctured with something. But I could anticipate that, you know, that annoyance, which spanned 2 days, will resolve. Not all annoyances will resolve. The need to deal with the cashiers at my usual supermarket, that's not going to resolve. I guess I could change supermarkets, but it doesn't pay. So there will always be something available most days that annoyed me, and a means of addressing it that will make um, the ordeal today the anecdote 6 months later. That's just the nature of annoyances. Thank you very much for sharing the session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind.